Alright, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Test Brewery, and they're out of Brooklyn, New York, and this is their Lotus Bearer, the first edition. So this is a double IPA, and on the label it also says HOPGUILD, brewed with barley, wheat, oats, Citra and Motueka hops. It comes in at 8% alcohol by volume, 40 IBUs at the time of review, and this can is approximately 3.5 weeks old. Now, recently, I've been talking about how I dipped my toes into the secondary market and picked up 8 different beers. Yeah, I totally did. And I picked up 2 from Test, 3 from the Noble Savage Brewing Company, and 3 from Root and Branch Brewing. All pretty hyped breweries in the New York City / Long Island region of New York State. And this is the second and final beer from Test that I'm reviewing. Now, when you come to the Beer PaTroll, you're going to get an honest take on whatever beer I'm reviewing, plain and simple. And the first beer from Test was their Sky Cathedral, the first edition, and I was underwhelmed. I still gave it a good score. I gave it a 4.05 out of 5. The body and mouthfeel were absolutely spectacular, phenomenal, but the taste was very muted. It was subdued, very subtle, and just didn't move me. So I gave it a 4.05 out of 5. I got some DMs. I had some people say that, they disagree with my opinion. I actually got a thumbs down on the video, which is fine. You know, we all have different opinions. It is what it is, but I am going to be honest with the reviews. And Test, for the first beer, did not live up to the hype that is out there. It just didn't. So I try to be honest with you. Now, a lot of people told me that this Lotus Bearer would be more in my wheelhouse, and I think I would like, or they think I would like it a little bit more. And I'll tell you what, when it comes to Citra and Motueka as a hop combo, I think it's one of the more underrated ones. Maybe it's not underrated, but I just feel like when I see Citra and Motueka, I get vibes of like old school Citra and Galaxy or Citra and Mosaic, where like, if it's a brewery that I know that I enjoy, I think they're going to hit the nail on the head and it's going to be delicious. So I'm hoping that this one from Test hits the nail on the head and is delicious. So we're going to crack it open, get in the glass, and see what we got going on here. Like I said, I have high hopes, and we're here for it. So anyway, let's give it a pour into this big Bellwoods glass that I don't use all that frequently, but I love it. This is a very sturdy glass, no questions asked. Ooh, that has, all right, first things first. Right off the rip, I could smell this as I cracked it, okay? And it smells wonderful. I think the Citra and Motueka combo, with Citra I get a lot of peach, stone fruits, right, and some citrus. And then Motueka I get lemon, lime, sometimes passion fruit, a lot of the whiter tropical fruits. I just think they work beautifully together. And off of that first whiff I got, so it smells so good. Anyway, yeah, this has the darker kind of look to it. In person, it's not as dark as it's going to look on camera. On camera, it might have like that slightly oxidized look to it. It's not. It just has a really deep, dark honey orange color. Had about a finger of an off-white, creamy looking head. It's dissipating a little bit. Is that a hair or something? I don't know. I can wash my glasses before I review them every single time, so I don't know. But yeah, that looks nice. Head is kind of dissipating though a little bit. Hold it up to the light. Murky, turbid. You can't see through it. Like I said, it's like an off-white kind of head that it's a thin film at this point, but I don't really give a shit. Let's get a nose. Dude. It's fucking night and day. Listen, you can be angry when I'm honest with a review if you want to. But that Sky Cathedral, it smelled all right. It tasted all right. I gave it a 4.05 out of 5 is a really good score in general, right? A 4 out of 5 is that's a good to very good beer. This smells immaculate. Like, I don't even know how to explain what I'm smelling right now. Holy fuck. It's sweet peach, candied peach, peach gummy rings, but also authentic, real peaches. Like a juicy, real like ripened peach meets lemon lime. Like your Sprites, your 7-Ups, candied lemon lime, but not over the top. It smells fucking phenomenal. Oh, there's some passion fruit in here, some honeydew melon. Definitely underlying citrus, orange, grapefruit, but more to the orange side of things. Maybe tangerine. And then it has a kiss of that ranky dank quality that I've gotten in pretty much every single Noble Savage beer that I've reviewed. That's their MO, Noble Savage, is that ranky dank green onion, or you could say scallion, garlic, green pepper, bell pepper, just like, oof. This has a little bit of that. Oh man, this smells something to get hyped about. Holy crap. All right, so again, and I said in that review too, which again, people didn't care about, or maybe they didn't watch as long, but I said in that review that that was still a good beer and I still enjoyed it. The body and mouthfeel are fantastic. It was just, it didn't move me in any way. This, my friends, the nose moves me. I can't get over how much of like that peach, apricot, nectarine, stone fruit saturation in the nose is. It's like I have a bowl of like I have a fruit bowl in front of me and it has those 3 specific fruits: peach, apricot, nectarine. You can even throw maybe a mango in there, but more of the aforementioned 3. And I'm just smelling it, or like maybe I cut a piece off and I'm smelling it. Like it's so ripened, so sweet, so juicy. Oh my God! All right, please live up to the hype. That's all I'm asking. Maybe, I don't know. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, it's a fucking delicious beer. When people are talking about Test, this is what I wish I could show you. It's not gonna come off me. I have goosebumps. Yeah, whatever. If you come to my review and you're watching this and you were like, this guy got goosebumps over taking a sip of beer, what a fucking idiot. Yep, that's the Beer Patrol. That's the Beer Patrol. Idiots personified. Listen, that first sip is what I want out of a hyped hazy producer. Because I'm gonna just tell you something right from the get-go, and I'm almost like combative in this review and like angry, but I'm not. I just want people to know that like when I dip my toes, as I said, into the secondary market, I want a hazy that sets itself apart from what I can pick off the shelf, the other half of the world's, right? Like I can get other half at Wegmans grocery stores. I love other half. I can get Hop Butcher now pretty frequently here in the Buffalo New York area. Love their beer. I want something to move me. I want something to say, hey, we're different, but in a delicious way. This beer says that. The first beer did not. So again, you're always getting an honest take. And after this first sip, this is fucking fantastic. Body and mouthfeel are not as good as Sky Cathedral. I know that sounds wild because this is a little bit bigger than that. I think that was 7% or 7.5%. This is 8%. Still good though. Body's like higher side of medium, lower side of full, 8%. Yeah, it's appropriate. It's just not anything crazy. The mouthfeel, mild to moderate carbonation, has a slight softness to it, slight smoothness to it, a little bit of creaminess, but the Sky Cathedral body and mouthfeel were definitely better. The taste, however, this is where this beer shines. And here's the beauty about this one. It's not even that complex. Like the complexity to the fruit character and whatnot, it's not overwhelming. It just is delivering on a fruit character that I don't think I've necessarily specifically gotten in a beer like this before, or if I have, it's very rare. So I'll just tell you what. Front to back, those 3 fruits I was talking about, peach, apricot, nectarine, it's a ripened version of those in the glass. But, and I've talked about this before in other reviews, shout out to Kyle over at No Hype Beer Reviews, very good friend of mine, fellow beer tuber. He has mentioned in the past how like when we talk about fruit and beer, we talk about how the hops provide that fruit. It's not the same as, you know, like when I say peach in here, it's not the exact same as slicing into a peach. And even though, you know, I know what I said 3, 4, 5 minutes ago, I know, but it's not the exact same as biting into a ripened peach or slicing a peach and smelling it. It's not exactly like that. However, in the taste here, it's exactly like that. The front to back characteristic of peach, nectarine, and apricot, it's like I bit into a ripened to slightly over ripened peach, apricot, or nectarine. That's exactly what, on the palate, that's exactly how this tastes. And it is absolutely fucking delicious. There's a little underlying like orange, tangerine, grapefruit, like rindy citrus character, especially the first half of the palate. This finish is bone dry. This is a very dry beer, very mild bitterness, if anything at all. There's a slight grassy herbaceousness on the back of the palate, almost like a slight basil thyme kind of feeling. So it breaks up the monotony of just straight on stone fruit goodness. But what this beer lacks in complexity makes up for in just pure flavor. Yeah, I mean, so in that review of the Sky Cathedral, the first beer from Test, I also mentioned that, like, again, I had to take everything into consideration. I said, if there's beers from some of my favorite hop-forward hazy producers, that if I had those for the first time from that brewery, I would think that the brewery is overhyped. That could go for Other Half and Hop Butcher specifically. You could expand it to Treehouse, North Park, Monkish, whatever. All the crazy hazies, outside of like the really hard to get shit like Brewhost and Troon and stuff like that. It's unfair to rate a brewery or have a, to basically sum up a brewery when you have one or two beers. Like, that's not fair, right? But after having Sky Cathedral and being very disappointed in that beer, and then having this one and being very happy with it, you see the difference. And I can't make a final verdict on Test other than the Sky Cathedral was disappointing and this is not. Plain and simple. Anyway, I'm sorry for the combative kind of, just like, I feel like I'm in a pissy mood for some reason. I'm not. I like to be honest with my beer reviews, and honesty does a disservice when people don't agree with you, I feel. And I felt the wrath of that a little bit with Test. 8%, you can't tell. There's no warming in the chest on the palate. This is fucking fantastic. This is one of the best hazies I've had this year. I'm not bullshitting you. It is. It's fucking great. But the other beer I had from them wasn't. It was just good. I don't know. Sweet, but not overly so. The dryness really balances everything out. Just a very mild kiss of bitterness. The peach, apricot, nectarine, stone fruit characteristic is through the roof. I thought with Motueka I'd get more of like a lemon lime on the palate. Again, a little bit of like passion fruit. Nope. This is more like Citra with an accentuation of Motueka, but it's fucking divine. I'm gonna take one more sip and I'm locking a rating. 8%. This is an infinitely crushable double IPA. One of the most drinkable double IPAs I've had this year, probably in the last couple years. It's just, if you like peach, apricot, and nectarine, any of those fruits, and you like a beer to be balanced when it comes to hazies, hides the alcohol well, a good body of mouthfeel, not spectacular, this is the beer that I would recommend to you. I'm not going to give this a 5 out of 5 because it lacks complexity and the body and mouthfeel are not up to snuff as far as like a 5 out of 5 would go. Excuse me, but ladies and gentlemen, this is what I expected out of Test. So if you're one of those guys that were, or women that were disappointed with the review of Sky Cathedral, I'm getting hammered already. I don't think you'd be disappointed with what I'm going to give this beer right here. So Test Lotus Bearer, the first edition, I'm going to give this a straight 4.75 out of 5. Yeah, I said 4.75 out of 5. This gets into the 5 range if the body and mouthfeel are a little bit better and it has a little bit more complexity. But as is, this is phenomenal. This is what I expected when I dipped my toes in the secondary market. And this is a fantastic beer. And I didn't even touch on the Sky Cathedral artwork, but like the artwork of these beers are fantastic as well. So, so Test is 1 for 2, but like this is, oh man, this is really fucking good. Like, this is real good. So anyway, price point availability, like I said, picked up in the secondary market. Although I did look, and their double IPAs on their website, typically when they get releases and they sell out quickly, $22 a 4-pack. Yeah, I'd pay that all day, every day for this. Like, no questions asked. I would 100% pay that. Availability, it's hard to get. If you're in Brooklyn, you probably can get your hands on them, or if you trade and you know somebody who can pick up their stuff. I picked this one up from Heat Miser Brews on Instagram. He gets Test occasionally, along with like Noble Savage, Root and Branch. Once in a while, he gets deep fried beers, but yeah. No, this is phenomenal stuff. This is the best beer of the haul to date. I have one beer left from Root and Branch. It's their One-Dimensional Man. That's the last one of the secondary market haul, and I'm going to shut this one down. Like I said, 8% doesn't drink like it, just fantastic. 4.75 out of 5, and that's all. So if you've had this one before, post comment section. If you're going to give it a thumbs down or a thumbs up, if you're going to like it at all, please post the comment section. I don't get a tons of thumbs down, but when I do get thumbs down, if somebody thumbs down the review because they disagree or whatever the reason, please post the comment section. Let me know. Why you didn't like the video. Like, I'm fine with you. Like, I don't get upset over dislikes or anything, but I'd like to know why. Like, what exactly made you dislike the video? Or even in the if you have a different opinion, post in the comment section, whether you like it or not or whatever. Just let me know. I would do this. This channel is all about interaction with other craft beer lovers, and regardless of whether it's a super hype brewery like this or a shelfy brewery like, Sam Adams or whatever, like, I like to have the back and forth interaction. It's more about that and less about what I actually think about a beer. I want to hear what you guys think about it to see how we differ. Maybe we're alike in some way in terms of how we like the beer. So yeah, anyway, like I said, I have one more beer from said secondary market beer hall, and then that will be it. And I have some other Fidens beers I have. And yeah, we're going to get into some more delicious, hopefully delicious, hazy IPA. So to way to sum up, for me anyway, the Test Brewery, they're 1 for 2. Sky Cathedral, first edition, really good. Or I should say, quite good. Good to very good. This is amazing. That's where I'll leave it. To the next one. Cheers.